There's rarely such a thing as a sure thing, but if you hunted elk in Wyoming in 2016, you had to like your odds of success. In recent years, Wyoming has become a go-to state for elk hunters nationwide, and preliminary numbers for the 2016 elk season in Wyoming show just that. 44.9% of all hunters, non-residents and residents, harvested an elk last year. And residents can agree, nearly 21,000 residents took home an elk last year. Game and Fish Wildlife Division Chief Brian Nesvik says Wyoming simply offers hunters a good chance to fill their license.
I think the bottom line, Ray, is that elk are doing very well in the state of Wyoming now, and there's several things that are contributing to that. We've had some great years as far as weather that really promote grass production, which is good for elk. Habitat conditions are good. Also, we've had some really good relationships and partnerships with landowners that have enabled us some access opportunities that we probably didn't used to have. And so with increased access comes increased harvest and increased opportunity for sportsmen.
A total of 71,294 elk licenses were sold last year in Wyoming, the third highest since 2007. 58,607 were sold to residents. Now, a lot of Wyoming hunters hunt elk simply for the chance to fill the freezer, and for sure, hunters like those went home happy. Cow harvest was up from last year. But harvest also increased with spikes and bulls. Bull harvest alone jumped by over 1,000 from 2015, with over 8,000 elk taken.
We do see some increases and decreases, peaks and valleys over the years in specific age and sex class harvest. So I don't know if there's anything we can really take away specifically from that, other than, again, it's just another indicator that supports that elk hunting in the state of Wyoming right now is really good.
Non-resident hunters also do pretty good in Wyoming. 52% of non-residents had harvest success, with increases in bull and spike harvest and a small decrease in cow harvest. Now, in the short term, elk hunting looks to remain top-notch, despite a brutal winter in western Wyoming. Nesvik says with the exception of a few isolated areas, elk have been able to weather the tough conditions in good shape, and success rates are expected to stay high. Complete numbers of last season's harvest is on the Game and Fish webpage. This is Ray Hageman with the Wyoming Game and Fish Department.